Hey man, today I'm going to talk about how to last longer in bed using 5 proven simple techniques to stop premature ejaculation naturally. Then as an added bonus, I'm going to talk about one additional technique that most guys are getting horribly wrong, which is actually making their premature ejaculation way worse, and how to reverse that so that it works like gangbusters. All right, the first technique I want to talk about is activating the vagus nerve. You see, ejaculation happens when we're in this sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight nervous system. So in order to prolong sex and not go into ejaculation, we want to make sure we stay in the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and reproduce nervous system. And one of the quickest ways and easiest ways to get into the parasympathetic nervous system is to activate the vagus nerve. Now, one of my favorite techniques is humming while you're breathing. Okay? Because not only does it put you into the parasympathetic nervous system very quickly, but it also produces way more nitric oxide. 1,500% more nitric oxide in your nasal cavities. So when you're inhaling, you're getting all that great nitric oxide that opens up your blood vessels so that you get harder erections. So let's do it together. I'm going to do one together. So inhale, taking at least 4 seconds, and then exhale, taking at least 5 seconds, and hum on the exhale. Here we go. Into the belly. See how I inhaled right away on the end? That's to get all that nitric oxide into my system. I don't know about you, but I already feel significantly more relaxed. Okay, the second factor I want to talk about in terms of causing premature ejaculation and not lasting as long as you want is low vitamin D levels and low serotonin levels. Low vitamin D is associated with both premature ejaculation and low testosterone levels. Now, sunlight is your best source of this, but if that's unavailable to you, you can take D3, but I would take it in a liquid or gel form because that absorbs much better than the powder form. I wouldn't take any more than 5,000 international units a day, and make sure you take it with vitamin K2 and magnesium because D3 tells your body to absorb calcium, but not where to absorb it. So it can get absorbed into your blood vessels, thus causing plaque. You don't want that. K2 is what tells the calcium where to go, into the bones and teeth. That's what you want. And you need magnesium because D3 is not active. In order for it to become active vitamin D in your body requires magnesium. Now with serotonin, the reason that's important is that if you're low in serotonin, that has been associated with premature ejaculation. Although too much serotonin is a problem too, because you can actually lower your sex drive as well as lower your affection towards your partner. That's what will happen often when people are taking SSRI drugs in order to prevent premature ejaculation, which I don't recommend. One of the simplest ways to boost your serotonin is to take some 5-HTP, which is the precursor to serotonin, and get plenty of sunlight or blue light. Like just regular light in your house. But sunlight's the best because that will activate the 5-HTP into serotonin, which can really help you last longer if you're low in serotonin. Okay, the third factor I want to talk about in causing premature ejaculation is having too high of histamine levels in your body. Now, histamine is very important for your arousal. So you do want some histamine for sure, but too much of it can cause premature ejaculation. Some of the best natural ways to take care of this, one of my favorites is French maritime pine bark, because not only is it a natural antihistamine, but it's great for your erections because it does all kinds of things for your blood vessels, including increasing nitric oxide synthase, which I'll talk about in a separate video. Ginger, which is a natural antihistamine. You can get that at your grocery store, along with turmeric. Turmeric is a powerful anti-inflammatory and antihistamine. So it can really help you if you have a high histamine level that's causing you premature ejaculation. Now, I don't recommend taking antihistamine medication because that can really lower your sex drive and make it much more difficult to get an erection. Histamine needs to be in balance. You need some of it, but not too much of it. The natural approaches are much better. Now, before I talk about the last 3 techniques, if you're getting value from this content, please like this video now. The Google and YouTube algorithms favor medical treatments for erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation, and they tend to suppress natural remedies. If you want to continue to learn the cutting-edge techniques for natural remedies to supercharge male bedroom performance, then please like this video right now because it's your vote telling YouTube and Google that you want this kind of content. And also subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on our newest content. Plus, that also powerfully tells YouTube that you want to hear more about these natural approaches versus just medications, injections, and surgeries. Okay, the 4th technique I want to talk about in terms of lasting longer in the bedroom is edging. Okay, so edging, all you're doing there is when you're masturbating, you're bringing yourself up to close to the point of no return, but you're not going over it. You're stopping and relaxing and letting your arousal come down a little bit, and then you start again. Okay? And that helps you learn where that point of no return is, and your body starts to internalize this. Okay? I recommend doing at least 5 of those rounds in a masturbation session to get good at it. And it's also the prerequisite you'll need to learn if you want to learn to have non-ejaculatory orgasms, which we teach to our more advanced clients. But this is a great place to get started. You need to know this skill. Now, another thing the edging can help you with is actually getting harder erections. There's other techniques we teach. In fact, that's what we specialize in, is getting harder erections. But this can help. This one technique can help with this. And why that's important is that soft erections often lead to premature ejaculation. You may have been in a situation where, you're having sex and you're starting to lose your hardness, and then you start pumping, quickly trying to get it back, but then you just end up ejaculating too soon. Well, if you learn to have really rock solid erections, those stage 4 erections, it greatly diminishes the chances of you having premature ejaculation in the first place. Now, the 5th technique I want to talk about is primal expression and whole body pleasure. So by primal expression, what I mean is that you're letting out your pleasure sounds, right? You're not holding them back. If you're quiet in the bedroom, you're repressing yourself, even if it's just unconsciously. By letting those pleasure sounds out, it's so much easier to last longer because when you repress yourself, that's tension. Right? And the reason tension is such a problem is because right before we ejaculate, our body tenses up, particularly our pelvic floor. So if you keep the tension out of your body, it's so much easier to last longer. So letting pleasure sounds out helps tremendously, as well as there's something about just letting that out of your mouth that just makes it easier for you not to let it out of your cock. And also, the whole body pleasure, it helps tremendously with that. So instead of just feeling all that pleasure centered right there in your cock, which makes it much more likely you're going to ejaculate quickly, when you're vocalizing and spreading this energy out, you're feeling pleasure throughout your entire body. It spreads it out and makes it so much longer, so much easier to last longer. Okay, the 6th bonus technique that I want to talk about, which is really important because most guys get this wrong, is they're overdoing Kegel exercises. Their pelvic floor becomes tight. You see, right when you get close to the point of no return and you're about to ejaculate, one of the first things that happens is your pelvic floor starts to tighten up. And if you're already doing a bunch of Kegels, what ends up happening is you end up building muscle tone, and those muscles never fully shut off, like a bodybuilder. If you've seen a bodybuilder, it kind of looks like their muscles are always firing. They're always tense. Well, the same thing can happen in your pelvic floor by overdoing these Kegels. And then with that tension, you're going into the bedroom already tight down there, so you're already that much closer to ejaculating. You want those pelvic floor muscles relaxed, right? We teach a whole different system that doesn't work with Kegels at all, right? But just to keep it simple for this video, you can do the opposite, what's called a reverse Kegels, right? So a reverse Kegels, like a regular Kegels, you're tightening the pelvic floor, like stopping the flow of pee. A reverse Kegels is the opposite. You're pushing and speeding up the flow of pee. It's those muscles, right? So if you get close to the point of no return, you can do a reverse Kegels, this pushing motion. And that will help a lot of guys in terms of staving that off. Now, I don't recommend overdoing those reverse Kegels either. If you only use them in a sexual situation, that shouldn't be a problem. But it's really important there's a balance in your pelvic floor. And that's what we teach in our system. We teach control and strength in both directions, both contraction and relaxation. And that's what you really want. But just to keep it simple for this video, try the reverse Kegels when you are getting close to the point of no return. Now, if you've used any of these techniques to last longer in bed, please post your comments below so we can all learn from them. And if you've tried these and you're still having issues, remember there are many areas of the IPM ecosystem that address premature ejaculation, not just the ones we covered today. If the foundation of your ecosystem is not strong enough, then you may not notice a lot of difference. That doesn't mean these techniques don't work. It just means that the foundation of your male performance ecosystem is not strong enough for you to notice a difference. If you'd like to learn more about this ecosystem and how it can help you, I posted a link below in the comments that will help explain how to get the foundation of your erection ecosystem rock solid naturally. I hope you got a lot of value out of this video, and I will see you in the next one.